I cannot be the only person that gets royally ticked off whenever I think about the fact that my husband and I make more money now, right now, than we ever have in our entire lives. We have amazing jobs. We have we have excellent income, and I'm not disputing that. I am thankful for every single bit of that. But why are we there but still struggle? Make that make sense. Tell me why I make more money than I've ever made in my life. And we are to the point that times are such a struggle for everybody. I have 6 people in my house, so obviously food is expensive. But I guarantee you I spend $2,000 a month at the grocery store. For what? I can go spend $100, get a pack of hamburgers, but I guarantee you I spend I have 6 people in my house, so obviously food is expensive. But I guarantee you I spend $2,000 a month at the grocery store. For what? I can go spend $100, get a pack of hamburger meat, some green beans, some bananas, strawberries, and a case of water. That's $100. How are people expected to survive in times like this? How? And if y'all are out there freaking balling, you'll never convince me that it's not because you're also going in debt at the same time. I mean, you'll never convince me of that. Like, we have standard car payments in today's time, which is still disgusting because we have a $550 truck payment and an $800 SUV payment, but that's not uncommon. That's not uncommon. Why are times the way that they are? Why?
Okay, hold on. Okay, so she's asking why she's making more money than she's ever made, but she's struggling. It's quite simple. You've upgraded your life. And that's what people typically do. And some of it may be subconscious, right? Because you know you're making a little bit of extra cheese. So you're spending a little extra, like that night out that you, or, you know, ordering out or whatever that you wouldn't have done before, you do now because you're like, oh, well, you know, I'm making a little more, you know, hey, that starts to add up, and it adds up quickly. It adds up quickly. And so it sounds like she had 4 kids. That whole grocery situation, hamburger, well, what did she say? Hamburger, some water, some bread, or bananas. Like, no, that's not $100. That is not 100. Like, how much hamburger are you buying, ma'am? Like, are you buying half the cow or what? Like, what are we talking about here? $100 just for 4 items, if I remember correctly. Some water, some hamburgers, some bananas. I think it was like one other thing, and she said that was $100. That's not $100 worth of food. It ain't. I don't know what grocery store you go to, but you might want to find a new one if that's the case. Okay, you might want to find a new one if that is the case. But yeah, man. See, most people want to keep up with the Joneses. I see she got a nice little Apple Watch on and whatnot. It look like she living in a nice house. You know, I see the light fixture behind her. People upgrade their life when they get new jobs, and then they wonder why they ain't got no money from before. And it's like, because you don't live the same life that you were living before when you had a different job. You're living a different life now. You order out your food. You bought the new upgraded vehicle. You fixed all the light fixtures in your house. You did this. You did that, right? So yeah. Now you gonna be back broke again. I mean, it's simple math. It's simple math. I just, man. I think more people need to be educated on finances in school rather than some of the stuff that schools be teaching these kids. Because I think if more people were educated on that, you'd have a whole lot less situations like this. Not saying it would go away completely, but you'd have a whole lot less situations like this. And plus, I think some of the stuff that we've learned in school is kind of pointless. right? Why do I need to know the cells of a leaf? Why do I need to know that? I don't. That doesn't, knowing that doesn't change my life in any way, shape, or form. But knowing about finances and how to balance my budget, the whole nine, right? That would actually affect my life in a positive way, And so I think we need to bring more of that into classrooms rather than learning about the cells of a leaf, But that's just my humble opinion on it. Y'all can let me know yours. And here's the thing: if people, because cars are expensive, I think if I have anybody watching that is a car salesman, you can let me know. But I believe like an $800 payment is what, like a $50,000 car, $40,000 car. So yeah, that doesn't sound like a cheap car. You could have bought a used vehicle that could have got you from point A to point B that you're paying like half of that $800 for. Probably less than that. Okay? So yeah, you upgraded. That's the part that she's skipping over. She upgraded her life. Her and her husband, I'm assuming, because it looked like she had a wedding ring on. They upgraded their life, and it's that simple. People start seeing things. They want to keep up with the Joneses. Ooh, I see that new car that you got, neighbor. I want one too. I mean, I did get a new job and I did get a raise. I wonder if I could qualify for it. Yeah, they can qualify you for it for sure. And they can come take it when you can't make them payments, and they gonna keep all the money that you gave them in the meantime, in between time. Yep. And now you're back to square one. So, hey, listen, the best method, the greatest method, and I know it's not the most fun method, and this is the method that most people should use, is when you get that promotion, that new job that's paying you more money, stay living the same life that you were living before. Stay living the same life. That extra money that you now have, save up. At least this is what I would personally do, right? This is what I would personally do. I'm no financial advisor, okay? Contact a professional, okay? I'm just the guy that talks on the internet from time to time. But I would save up for 3 to 6 months. Make sure I have, savings set to the side for 3 to 6 months. If anything happens, I know I got some cash set aside for 3 to 6 months in an emergency. I know I'm covered. I got 3 to 6 months to buy a toilet and a ruler and get my shit straight before things are going to hit the fan. Okay? After that, once I've got that, now I'm going to start taking that extra money and putting it into some type of investment. Right? Whether that's, stocks, whether that's getting into, real estate, rental properties, fix and flips, anything like that, or paying to create a second hustle. Whether that's a food truck, whatever you're passionate in that you can make some money off of on the side, I'm gonna take that and take my extra cash and put it into that. So now, not only do I got extra income coming over here from my original, but now I got more income coming over here. Boom. Now we elevating. And then of course you can just keep repeating that method. Right? Until you get to the point where you're basically making money in your sleep, right? Depending on what you invest in. I guess if it's a food truck, you're technically not going to be making money in your sleep. Unless you get to the point where you're hiring somebody to work your food truck because you've already built the food truck up. You've got it established. It's got a name. It rings. All you just need is workers to go in there and follow the step-by-step process that you've already laid out for them to repeat. And so I guess in that situation, you would be making money while you resting, while you sleeping, because you got somebody else running the food truck. You just collecting a check. Boom, there you go. Now, is it going to be that simple in real life? No, of course not. That's a fairy tale. But it is more than possible, okay? It is more than possible. But let's finish this.
SUV payment, but that's not uncommon. Why are times the way that they are? Why do I spend almost $1,000 a month just to have a good car to provide for my kids, to take my kids places? why. Again, I'm thankful for everything that we have, and we have worked very hard to be where we are. But for freaking what? For what?
To live in a nice house you live in, to have that diamond on your finger, to drive the nice vehicle that you drive, to provide your kids a life where they don't want for anything. That's what it's for. Clearly. I mean, that's what you're spending a lot of the money on, according to you. So there you go. It costs to be the boss. Okay, as the saying goes. It costs to keep up with the Joneses. Okay? Anyway, y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions. Stay safe. Peace.